We have lived in the US for the longest time, and so far the US dollar has been a stable and trusted currency. It's the reserve currency for the world, supporting international transactions in all aspects of the global economy. Lately, there have been doubts about whether the dollar would continue to hold that position. Would Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency eventually replace it? At the virtual RSA Security Conference, Dr. Kenneth Greers, external communications analyst for Very Good Security, explored a topic along with Very Good Security CISO Kathy Wang. Is cryptocurrency going to change my life? Change the world? Will it bring the end to the nation state? Gears asked. Gears started by pointing out that Bitcoin's amazingly meteoric rise. On May 22, 2010, a day now dubbed Bitcoin Pizza Day, early Bitcoin miner Laszlo Hanyecz wanted some pizza and offered to pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a pair of pies from Papa John's. At the current exchange rate, that was easily $400 million. Gears led listener on a trip through history. He noted that in wartime, banks have their monetary reserves stolen, either captured by the enemy or appropriated by their own country. During World War II, banks in England and France shipped their gold to the US for safekeeping. After the war, the Allies tried to create some stability, and in a small New Hampshire town called Bretton Woods, they hammered out an agreement that made the US dollar a worldwide standard. The dollar was pegged to the price of gold, and foreign currency was pegged to the dollar. The US dollar was crowned as the world's reserve currency. It was a stable source of stored value, a medium of exchange a country's currency might not have, he explained. Notably, in 1971, the dollar went floating with no gold back. Even so, it remained a global standard. Taking a deep dive into economic theory, he pointed out that the currency solves a problem called the inconvenience of coincidence of wants. Then Gears emphasized the benefits and risks of relying on cryptocurrency. There are truly revolutionary benefits, both personal and transactional. You get confidentiality of ownership. At a country level, you can bank your savings without being dependent on the US dollar, he said. He pointed out that the potential for political involvement and relying on cryptocurrency involves more transparency. Gear asks, but do governments want to be less corrupt? These political impacts may slow adoption. Governments will create policy obstacles. There are also risks specific to cryptocurrency, such as lost hardware, lost passwords, hacking, scamming, and extortion, which most of us can resonate with. Central banks protect investors and citizens. Bitcoin exchanges may not. Governments will be hesitant to let go of the dollar, of their authority, he noted. The discussion summarized that crypto prices should be viewed more as internet stocks than currency, concluded Brian Brooks, the former US acting comptroller of the currency. The biggest misunderstanding around cryptocurrencies is that if they are not doing a great job of replacing the US dollar, then crypto is failing in its mission, Brooks said. He added, most of the crypto is about replacing the centralized banking system with networks that allow users control versus bank control. The crypto assets that have prices are more like internet stocks, Brooks said. It's more like if you bet on Google if you think there's going to be high internet traffic. If you short it, it's that people are going back to the post office, right? But it's not that Ethereum or Ripple or anything else is trying to replace the US dollar, it's trying to replace the system of transmitting value, he said. Generally, crypto has been shrouded with various inconsistencies and inadequacies, hence the doubts about crypto backing the US dollar. The entire crypto market slumped in 2022, leading to fears of another crypto winter. Several crypto and tech companies quickly reversed hiring plans, while many, including leading exchange Coinbase, laid off workers amid the slide in the crypto prices and trading. How much more would that be if it was backing the US dollar? The overwhelming events in the crypto industry have led many in the industry to forecast that potentially thousands of digital tokens could collapse, a concern that only grew following the collapse of so-called algorithmic stablecoin Terra USD and its associated digital token Luna. The Terra issue revealed that there are far too many blockchains out there, which are confusing users and also bring risk. Also, Brian Brooks said that it is worth noting that even amid the crash in prices, Bitcoin is yet to outperform the S&P 500 by 5x, and Bitcoin is down more than 56% year to date. Furthermore, he noted that the value of these tokens you're getting is related to the adoption rate of the underlying technology, that tens of millions of people are transacting Bitcoin. The value of Bitcoin goes way up. That is why Bitcoin isn't going to stay at $20,000, because more and more people use it. Same with a lot of other things. The value of the network is what drives the value of the token. And most times, this could be deceptive, right? It isn't even certain that Bitcoin would back the US dollar, so how much more Cardano? It's high time we trim down our expectations. Bitcoin could go up though, and many opportunities could be unlocked in cryptocurrency, but not to the extent of replacing the dollar. However, Robert Kiyosaki, an American investor, motivational speaker, and author of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, once forecasted a grim future for the US dollar, advising people to focus on precious metals and Bitcoin. He believes the primary cryptocurrency could skyrocket to $120,000 in 2024. The leading British banking institution, Standard Chartered, also weighed in on the asset reaching that milestone. Plus, Kiyosaki expects nations to introduce a new cryptocurrency backed by gold, which could harm the American dollar. This simply means that crypto is not Bitcoin, or is there any other interpretation for this prediction? He said, the US dollar will die, trillions of US dollars rush home, inflation through the roof. He urged consumers to invest in gold and silver as a protection measure. Like his previous statements, he touched upon Bitcoin, seeing it rise to $120,000 in 2024. Notably, Kiyosaki, who was among the few to forecast the 2008 economic collapse, believes that Bitcoin is the right investment tool in times of severe financial crash or inflation. He even argued in April 2020 that the Fed's mass printing during the global COVID-19 pandemic could be beneficial for precious metals and Bitcoin, calling them best investments. Remember that leading digital asset was trading around $6,800 at the time. And even through the 2022 bear market, he remained a Bitcoin proponent, recommending to investors that this was a great opportunity to buy the dip. But moving forward, Kiyosaki criticized the US dollar once again in February, describing it as fake money. He envisioned that the undermined trust in the world's reserve currency could push investors towards Bitcoin, gold, and silver. As a result, he believes Bitcoin could reach $500,000 by 2025, and also labeled Bitcoin as the people's dollar, while naming the precious metals God's money. Other proponents like MicroStrategy's executive chairman Michael Saylor and ARK Investors CEO Cathie Wood have predicted an even brighter future for Bitcoin, suggesting its price could hit $1 million, but within a different time frame. Similar to Kiyosaki's claims, Woods opined that the digital asset is a huge hedge against inflation. She also thinks it can be employed against deflation and counterparty risk. So far, Robert Kiyosaki has reiterated his prognosis of doom for the United States dollar and praised Bitcoin as an alternative. The renowned investor discussed the devaluation of the US dollar and the role of Bitcoin with Michael Munoz and Charles Engler, co-founders of educational platforms Cultivate Crypto and Doghouse Crypto, respectively, in an episode of his podcast streamed on August 2nd. According to Kiyosaki, the reason why poor people are poor is because they don't know real money from fake money, and the biggest fake thing is the US dollar. He also admitted that he was not always enthusiastic about Bitcoin, and now he wished that he had bought more. As he explained, I own 60 Bitcoin. I know nothing beyond that. I bought them at $6,000 each, and the reason I bought them is not because I'm a crypto expert. I'm a trader, and when Bitcoin first hit a high of about $20,000 and retraced back down to 100, I said, it's gone. But when it kept coming back and hit 6,000, I said, I think it's here to stay. Well, Robert Kiyosaki is right. Crypto is here to stay, and Bitcoin will remain the largest cryptocurrency by market cap for the long haul. Other coins will pick up as well, and things will get better. Cardano might not back the US dollar anytime soon, primarily because crypto has been generally perceived as a wrong fit. More so, Cardano is still building, and if it continues in its remarkably slow and steady trend, we have a long way to go. But that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you click on the subscribe notification buttons, and we'll see you in the next video.